Hello and welcome to my 99th Duel Masters podcast. Woo! 99! Next time we're going to have one more syllable on my podcasts and a really long episode. So stay tuned for that. It will come out real soon. I bought the new set that I'm going to review then. So everything is lined up. And today I'm going to talk about marked effects. You know, for example, speed attacker, you know what that is, but it does not have a mark attached to it. I can take for me, today I'm going to take for me the 10 most common ones. Now I'm going to take for me first the 2 most common. Yeah, this one is a blocker. Oh, most of you know that this is a blocker symbol. Yes, for those of you who doesn't know it, is when your opponent attack, you can tap this one to make that card fight against this one instead. The other one, this one is shield trigger. You can tell by this mark. It gets a bit dark, sorry. For those who doesn't know that, this card, when your opponent broke one shield, and you get this one, for example, with this mark, you know, then you can use it immediately without no cost, so it doesn't cost anything. If you get it from the shield zone and to your hand, and you can just use it at once. So that is the 2 most common ones. And also the next ones on the list, I really like each other. The first one, it doesn't really have a name. I call it tap ability. This one, it has this mark here. Yeah, you can see that mark. The thing is, you can choose to not attack with this creature. You can tap it instead. And when that happens, you get a following ability. So that is great. That is a really common effect. And the next one is like it. This one is this has a name, is silent scale or something. This one I thought I had it. This mark. You see a hand? Yeah. The thing is, in the beginning of the turn, you untap your creatures, but this one, you can choose to let it stay tapped, and it also gets a following ability. In this case, it destroy one of opponent's blocker. If you have attacked with it, and you keep it tapped next round, you can destroy one of opponent's blocker, even though if it's 200,000 in power. For example, that was just an example. Most of them I'm going to talk about now. The first one made it to the English sets. This one is called Turbo Rush. Yeah, not the card, but the effect. You see this scary face there. Yeah. The thing is, when any of your other creatures break a shield this turn, it gets the following ability. So because it's double breaker, it speaks for itself that it's another card that you have to attack with in the beginning instead. The next ability here is I like this ability. It didn't make to the English game, sorry. It's called Accelerator or something. This type of card here. You look at this mark. Yes. What it does when you cross a cross key to this card, it get the following ability. So yeah, for the most it's cards that has this following ability effect, so which has the mark, but I'm going to go through that in the end. And the last one here is called No Choice. And a fun thing, you will see sunglasses. Most Japanese people do not use sunglasses, and that's kind of fun because it has sunglasses on it. Anyway, the ability is that when no players have cards on their hand, it gets the following ability. This card has an ability called Holyfield. It is that mark. It looks like a shield, yeah. You see that 2 of them, yeah. And what this type of Holyfield does is, what Holyfield does is like the following ability comes when you have more shields than your opponent, and if you have that, the ability will come to life. That's the that card. And next one I have only seen in Darkness card, I think. This effect is called Soul Recall. And yeah. You can see a shuffle there. Yeah, you see that. And what Soul Recall says is when this card attack, like I said, this card attack, you can take a card. This one has Soul Recall 1. That means like you can take one card from the graveyard in the bottom of your deck. If you have more than one, you can put them in any order you want in the bottom of your deck. So this is Soul Recall 1, so it's like the less of the ability, so this would cost the same if it didn't have the effect. So yeah, that's how it works. The last one is now a really popular one in Japan. It's because it came a lot of them. This is called Space Charge. This have a really great mark. Yeah, you can see the mark. Yeah. What a space charge is that you take a type of, until now it's only civilization. So this is a space charge nature that gets the full ability when you put a nature card in the mana zone. As I mentioned, is the following ability that is the marks, so it gets ability. But if you look at a blocker, this does not have a following ability stuff. The thing is, when a card does something abnormal, and it also have an effect that it can use again and again and again, then it will have a mark. So that is the basic thing. It's not necessarily because it is following ability after you do this. And blocker is a really great example for that. And also shield trigger. But that's the two only abilities I can think of. And if you see that the blocker have a blue symbol, when shield trigger have an orange symbol, so that's the reason. And for most, when they are black and white, they have the effect of do this, do that when such things happens, and you can do that again if you do the same procedure again, and that's the basic thing when it comes to that. Other examples now? No, but there are a lot of others like that, but for the most they build up in the same way. It's just a different thing you have to do to make it come true, you know. That's basically what they are. I'm not going to sit around for too much longer now. Just remember that next podcast is going to be huge. It's going to be long. I haven't been making anything of it, but I'm going to film almost everything, my procedure and everything. So stay tuned for that, and see you in my 100th podcast. See ya!